We are live. And
All right.
Christopher Sanchez could win the
Cy
Cy
Young
Young.
winner. You
That's
heard it here
awesome.
first,
You did.
MLB fans.
Christopher Sanchez, NL Cy Young Award winner this year.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Ethan's not
he?
on here to talk his Mets talk, so we're gonna say that as
There we
much as
go.
possible.
Wasn't he runner up last year though? Christopher
I
Sanchez.
think he was one of them. Yeah, I forget. I think there was isn't there like a total of five that get
There's like
nominated,
three. There's
and
like three
then
finalists.
three finalists.
I
Yeah,
think.
I
I
think
think
he was one of them.
Christopher might have been second. Last year it was Skeens and Scooball. Um,
Yeah.
which
Well,
I
if
mean,
Wheeler didn't get hurt, he probably would have been in there too. But
Wheeler needs a Cy Young. Like
I know
Wheeler,
that's like the one thing he's missing. Why don't
he
we just
just
start with baseball, Santora? Let's just
we
start with
might
baseball.
we might as well welcome everybody to the Gridiron and Gridlock. Except today we're talking about the the grid field question mark. I don't know. We're starting with
The
baseball today.
diamond.
The diamond, yeah. In fact, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot. I have a post ready right here. I just didn't post it.
Oh yeah.
I need to post it. We're live now, and there we go. That's posted. Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, let's start with some baseball because the season's right around the corner. I mean, we're less than a month away from
Yep.
the start of the
I'm
season,
pumped, honestly.
which is super
If
exciting.
I had the money to afford the Phillies home opener, or what do they call opening day, sorry, for all the baseball fans that will catch me on that. If I had the money for opening day tickets, I'd be there so fast.
Yeah, I think they're opening against the Colorado Rockies. Is that right?
Oh man, easy win.
It's either the Rockies or the Rangers. In fact, do you want
Is
to?
it?
Can you check that
Yeah,
real quick?
I'll pull up the schedule. Yeah.
I think it's the. It might be the Rangers, but I know we host the Rockies pretty early on in the season.
Let's see schedule. Now the real question is, how do I skip spring training on here? Because
Yeah, that's
when
a
does
good.
spring training end?
The first game is Wednesday, March 25th, but I think the Phillies play on Thursday, the 26th.
Yeah, it's the Rangers actually. It is at home
Okay.
though, so our first
Yes.
series is at home.
There we go.
That's nice. We actually start. Looks like they start with a pretty big homestand actually, because they play the
Oh,
Rangers
so
and the Nationals in a 3-game series each at home. So
those are two
that's nice.
very
And
beatable
then
teams.
they play a similar 6-game stretch away, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games at home after that. So we got
So
a
we're
huge home advantage for the first 2 months, it seems.
so we got to really take advantage of that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we play the Braves twice in a week span in April.
Yeah, and I
That's
bet
kind of crazy.
one of the series is home, one of them's in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what though, the Braves are they're going downhill. Like they're not the same
Yeah,
Braves anymore.
they're not the same Braves as they were when they won. How
The
many years
Philly,
ago now was that? 3 years ago?
yeah. Well, that was they won in 21, I think. I
Four,
think
yeah, 4 years ago, almost,
yeah,
almost five. If you count this year,
right. So like the Phillies' biggest competition is, and I hate to say it, it's going to be the Mets. That's going to be their biggest
it will
competition
be.
in the division. Um,
Um,
I mean
I know we
they
don't want to talk
signed.
spring training, but have you seen that we play Team Canada on Wednesday?
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're playing against the World Baseball Classic
The
team
class, yeah.
just to
Oh, I
practice. It's
know.
like
I
an
just find it funny
exhibition.
that we get to watch Canada lose to a U.S. team again.
Yeah, well, Canada is not the best at baseball, so that they
No,
won't even be advancing to the semifinals most likely. But it's going to be the
they should
same
just
teams
not
as it.
show up.
It's going to be the same teams as it. In fact, I'm actually glad we're talking about this because we can talk about the World Baseball Classic. Um,
Yeah,
because it's going to be the same four teams as it always is, and I'm going to share my screen in a moment because I want to pull up the bracket here because it's going to be the winner of every group that advances. So let me see if I can pull up the pools. Here it is. That's perfect. So let me share my screen so you can see that. All right. So if you look at Pool A, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, Colombia. Obviously, Puerto Rico's coming out of that pool. Like, let's be honest. It's most likely it's going to be Puerto Rico. They have the most MLB players
Yeah.
in that pool. Look at Pool B. I mean, come on. Outside of the U.S., we have Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, Brazil. That's easily going to be the U.S.
That's
Okay.
our bracket. Are you serious?
It's yeah. Do you see that on my screen?
Yeah.
It's Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, Brazil, and let me tell you something. It's not even going to be close. I think that the next team on there that has the most MLB players is Mexico, but like
Yeah.
other than Mexico, we have no real threat in Pool B, and I wouldn't even consider Mexico to be that big of a threat. Because I don't know if you saw the United States roster this year.
Oh, it's
It's
stacked.
insane.
Absolutely.
It's the last World Baseball Classic was 2023, and the U.S. went against Japan in the championship. Japan
Yeah.
won, but the U.S. roster was not nearly as stacked as it is this year. Especially the pitching this year is insane. So we'll have to take a look at that roster then in a second. But
Yeah, for
if you
sure.
just look at the pools, Pool C,
I'll pull that up a while.
Japan, Australia, Korea, Czech, and the Chinese. So like Japan's
Really,
winning
the
that pool.
Czech are playing?
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
what else to root for, at least if the United States loses.
so Japan's winning that pool, obviously. It's not going to be close. And then Pool D is where things actually get interesting. Venezuela and the Dominican Republic. It's going to be one of those two teams. But then you have the Netherlands, Israel, and Nicaragua. So it's going to be either Venezuela or the Dominican.
It's probably gonna be Dominican Republic.
Probably. So you're talking about 5 teams that could realistically win it all. 5 countries, I should say. Um, so yeah, I mean, I love watching the World Baseball Classic. I watched it a couple years ago when it was on. It'll be a fun thing to watch, but these pools, like, there's just one clear winner of each pool. Like, we already know who's going to make it to the semifinals.
Yeah, well, in a way, that's a good thing though because you want to spread out. Like they want those teams in the competition. Like
Right.
I would not want to watch a Czech team versus like Great Britain in like the next round of the baseball classic.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. Have you pulled up the
I have all the
US?
rosters, so if you want to look at any roster, I just gotta scroll through it. But you want to start with the U.S.
Um,
Fun
yeah,
fact: Czechia has 0 MLB players on their roster.
could you point me to the website you're on so I can pull it up for the viewers?
I am on looks like sportingnews.com. And I just Googled World Baseball Classic rosters, and that was the first one that came up. But I can literally scroll through the rosters on here.
World Baseball Classic.
Actually, I'm curious. Like Great Britain, though, they've got almost a full team of MLB players.
Oh, I see.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but like you only have to have some form of heritage with a country to play for them, right? Because Aaron Nola is playing on Team Italy.
Yes, you just have to have some sort of like family line from that country.
Right.
So
Yeah.
are we starting with who are we starting with then? What country?
Let's just go with the USA first. It's fine. Let's just start US. And then we
USA.
can go to like the contender. Like we can look at the matchups from like last year, like Japan. Then we can go to who else?
Go through all the
Puerto Rico
So-
and all them.
I have it pulled up for the viewers here as well. So we've got David Bednar, Clay Holmes, Griffin Jacks, Brad Keller, Clayton Kershaw. Obviously, he retired from the MLB, but he has one last hurrah here.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird.
Noah McLean. He's a young.
Wow, Brad Keller made the team on the field. Wow, okay.
Yeah, Brad Keller's a pretty good reliever.
Yeah.
And then we've got Mason Miller, the guy who throws triple digits
Yep,
out of the
that's good.
bullpen. We've got, listen to this, Joe Ryan, Paul Skeens,
Oh my
Tariq
God.
Skubal. Like, those are like 3 of the top 10 pitchers in the league. Skeens and Skubal are the reigning Cy Young winners. Logan Webb
That's insane.
is a great starter as well. So, like, starting
And
pitching,
then here's where the fun part gets, though. After the pitching, man, jeez.
dude, Cal Raleigh, Will Smith, those are probably the 2 best catchers in the MLB. Alex Bregman, Ernie Clement, Gunnar Henderson, Bryce Terang, Bobby Witt Jr., Byron Buxton, Roman Anthony, Pete Crow Armstrong, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber. I'll tell you what, that's basically an all-star team right there. Like,
Yeah.
those are like all of the best hitters.
Dude, like, what is your lineup going to look like?
I mean, obviously you're
Like,
gonna
half of
have,
that team is a third to fourth in the lineup. To be honest with
well,
you,
and see, honestly, it's cool that you said that because honestly, we were talking about this for base or for hockey. For the Team USA hockey, you know, each player had to find like they had to play their role, so they get meaningful minutes on the ice. You know, for their own teams,
yeah,
but then for the Olympic team, they had to adjust. It's going to be the same thing here. Like Bobby Witt Jr. is usually like batting first or second for the Royals, but who knows? I mean, he could be like 6th in this lineup or even 7th, just because
yeah. I
of how
mean,
stacked the lineup is.
gee, like, just look. So, like, why don't we create the lineup here?
Let's
Like,
do it. Let's
so
do it.
one to nine.
So
So who's number one? I would have to say that Bobby Witt probably leads off. Either
yeah,
that or
he
Pete Crow Armstrong and him probably interchangeable just as far as speed on the base path.
well,
I
Bobby
would
Witt
say
is the better
maybe
hitter. So
I would say maybe put uh I would say put Crow Armstrong first and then Bobby Witt. Um
so you want both of your speedsters right at the top?
yeah, why not? Because then your third and then your cleanup, dude, they can easily
Well,
smash in some runs.
Aaron Judge has to be
Um,
third. He has to be third.
yeah, that's no contest there. I
I'd
think
put
after him, I'd be
Schwarber
going
4.
Cal Raleigh,
Oh, okay.
and then um, let's see who Cal Raleigh, and then maybe even Schwarber after Raleigh. And
Yeah.
your 4 and 5 guys have that's like your power in your lineup. And then I would say go someone like Byron Buxton, Roman Anthony,
But then
and
where does
then
where does Bregman
yeah,
go?
where's Gunnar Henderson, Bregman? Like,
This is
I
insane.
don't know, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, it's almost
Um,
like you can't really go wrong with the lineup you throw out,
no,
you know. You can't really like
because you don't even need a DH in this spot, honestly. Like, I guess you would have to because they don't hit
right.
pitchers, but
Yeah.
it looks like Schwarber's the only DH.
And
They don't have any more
this
backups.
pitching staff is absolutely insane. Like the starting pitching specifically is insane. And then out of the bullpen, you've got Mason Miller, David Bednar, Clay Holmes, Brad Keller, Griffin Jacks. Like these are all like higher end relievers for their respective teams. So
Yeah,
like, you know, that's a good thing. And Noah McLean is like a reliever slash starter for the Mets, so he could do either. He's probably going to come out of the bullpen for this because we already have 5 starters. If you're looking at
yeah,
my screen, these are the 5 starters right here that I
yep.
just
That's I agree with
highlighted.
that.
So, and then that gives you all these guys up here in the bullpen who have like, I mean, obviously Mason Miller's the best bullpen piece you have, but like these top 4 right here are going to be very valuable as well. The one
Yeah, for
thing
sure.
that I'm a little scared of is that Clayton Kershaw's your only lefty out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that's a little
Um,
concerning.
that's the most concerning part of this team. But other than that, it's absolutely stacked. So,
Yeah, you would have thought that you could find some equivalents to these guys, but lefties. That is
right.
actually a really concerning thing because you look at teams like, let's see,
Let's go to
I don't know. Go to like Japan. Let's see who they got. I mean, obviously they have Otani. He's a lefty, and then you have no lefty pitchers to get. Well, no, you want righty on lefty, so that is good for all the big lefty
all
hitters
right, let's go
on
Japan.
the
So
other
we've got
teams.
now keep in mind, even though a lot of these guys aren't on MLB teams, the Japan League is for real.
Yeah,
Like they
well,
are
yeah, Japan's for real. I don't think Great Britain has a for real baseball
right.
league though.
So like
So Japan, you got Shohei, that's an obvious one.
Yamamoto's
Yamamoto,
great.
obvious one.
Sugano's good.
Um,
He's a pretty good
yeah,
pitcher. Um, oh, Kikuchi's a good pitcher too, and
yeah,
he's a lefty. That's a starting pitcher who's a lefty. That's good. Um,
yeah,
Okamoto has been absolutely raking for the Blue Jays in spring training. He's
yeah. I saw
insane.
that.
And same with Murakami too. He's been good too. Seiya Suzuki, very reliable outfielder for the Cubs, and Yoshida. Yoshida's probably the worst major league player out of any of the ones in the majors right now, but he's still pretty good. Um, so I mean, yeah, obviously they have a stacked team, but
Let's go to. I mean, Mexico is probably a big one. Mexico will
well,
be
Mexico is going to be the biggest.
them and maybe honestly Puerto Rico too, but Mexico probably more. Um, let's see who's Mexico have. They're pitching
The only
Javier
one that
Assad.
pops out to me is Andres Munoz, the reliever for the Mariners.
Yeah.
He's good. Taiwan Walker.
Well, we know how that's going to go.
Yeah, we know. Alejandro Kirk's a
Their
pretty good
their
catcher.
pitching staff doesn't look that
No,
scary.
no.
Honestly, I think it's going to come down to like their hitting because they've got
Oh, their outfielders are absolutely stacked. Randy
yeah,
Rosarena, Duran Duran. He's good. Um, you know what though? It's not that impressive of a roster. The more that I look at it.
yeah. It's really not.
Um, so I don't think Mexico is going to be too big of an issue. I'd like to look at the Dominican Republic because they're consistently a contender in this. Let me look at them. So they've got Sandy Alcantara, they've got Sir Anthony Dominguez, Camilo Doval, Carlos Estevez, Christopher Sanchez. Like their pitching staff is legit.
Well, yeah, their pitching is going to be crazy.
Their pitching is legit, and they've got Vlad. Oh my goodness! And their hitters are stacked.
Yeah.
Junior Caminaro, Vlad Guerrero, Cattell Marte, Manny Machado, Jeremy Pena, Geraldo Perdomo. Oh my, O'Neill Cruz, Julio. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Soto
Julio
Tatis.
Rodriguez.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the Dominican Republic is making a run this year. This roster is stacked. That's an absolutely stacked roster.
That's a crazy hitting
Those
roster.
those
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
outfielders, O'Neill Cruz, Rodriguez. I mean, Rojas is the worst one there, but like
I don't
he's
even
a
know how
great
he's on a team. That's ridiculous. But
Soto
they
and
probably just want him
Tatis
for
though
defense.
too. Well, yeah, I mean he's going to play center field because he's the best defensive center fielder. But that roster is absolutely stacked. I mean, they've got speed, they've got power, they've got their pitching is stacked. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I could actually see the Dominican winning it this year with this roster. That's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. Um, I'm just scrolling down a little bit to Great Britain. Um, I'm not seeing anything crazy here.
This is probably
The
like
biggest
all
name,
backups.
the biggest name is
Jazz
Jazz
Chisholm
Chisholm.
Jr.
Yeah, that's the biggest name
Okay.
right there. Other than that, though, this team's
All
gonna
right.
be not that
No,
great.
they're bad. Israel usually has some good talent, but I don't think they have enough to actually make a run.
We love
They
Gary
got
Stubbs though.
Stubbs, yeah, that's always one. But again, no big names like
Harrison
at least that
Bader.
I see. He's not really that big though. Like I wish the Phillies would have tried to sign him again, honestly, but then they signed Garcia.
I'm going down to Italy now.
Dylan DeLucia.
Michael Lorenzen, Aarondola.
There you go. I mean, they don't have a bad pitching
I'll tell you
staff.
what,
For the starters, but
Vinny Pasquale is probably their best hitter.
yeah,
He's crazy good.
Yeah, their hitting's not that great.
Yeah. All right. We looked at Japan already. Korea. Yeah, I don't know. Korea doesn't have a lot of like big name.
They're like the same thing like Japan. Like they're in another league, so we don't really know much about 90% of these guys.
We looked at Mexico. How about the Netherlands? Kenley Jansen's a great reliever. Let's see. Ozzy Albies, Xander Bogaerts. Okay. Didi Gregorius is playing this year. He's old though.
That's weird. Weird to see him.
Ooh, okay. They've got some outfielders though. Jurickson Profar and Cedane Rafaela. Those are some good outfielders. How about Nicaragua? Let's see. Man, they've got like nothing. Mark Vientos is their best hitter. How about Panama? Let's see. Ivan Herrera, catcher, and Muno Sosa in the infield. Other than that, I mean, I don't see much with Panama either. Did we look at Puerto Rico? I don't think we have. Edwin Diaz.
I don't think so.
Yeah, their lineup's nothing special either, it looks like. And then we looked at USA.
Well, we say nothing special, but we gotta wait till the games are played. It's just we just know the big names of the MLB, so it's like obviously the U.S. and Dominican Republic.
U.S. and Dominican are my two favorites right now. But let me look at Venezuela here. We've got Jose Alvarado. We've got Eduardo Rodriguez, pretty decent lefty. Let's see. Pablo Lopez for the Twins.
Yeah.
Although, wait. Time out though.
Pablo
Lopez. Pablo Lopez, isn't he hurt? I think he's hurt for the rest of the year.
I don't know.
Let me look.
Is he really?
I think he tore something. Pablo Lopez. Yeah, I think he tore something.
That must have been recent.
He's out for the year. Tommy John surgery.
Wow.
So he's not even playing. That's a big hit for them. They've got Ranger, though. Their hitters are pretty decent, actually. They've got Contreras at catcher, Perez, Luis Arias, Eugenio Suarez, Gleyber Torres, Michael Garcia. Okay. All right. Their hitters are pretty decent, actually. I'm a little concerned for their pitching, but their hitting is very solid. That's a very solid group of hitters. They've got Acuna, Jackson Chourio, Andres Jimenez. Like they've got Ezekiel Tovar.
Yeah, they got some hitters. I think Venezuela was good. Didn't Team USA have to beat them to get to the final?
Yeah, I think so.
Last time.
Yeah.
That was the Trey Turner Grand Slam game or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that was Venezuela. Yep. All right, so after just looking at these rosters, let me go back now to the group, and let's see. Did I look at Colombia?
Yeah, where did you find the bracket that you were on? By the way.
All I did was I searched up World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
Rosters. That's what I searched up. Or not rosters. I think groups. I think that's what I searched up. Let me look at the images. Well, I could show you the odds right now. If you take a look at the screen.
Was it USA, then Japan?
Dominican Republic.
Dominican, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that checks out.
I'm surprised though that I feel like the Dominican should be favored over Japan. I mean, their lineup is stacked.
Well, but again, we don't know too much about the Japanese league. So,
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
remember, like, they got people like, who's that pitcher that no one ever wants? He plays in Mexico leagues. Um, they got used to play for the Dodgers. What's his face? I, oh, Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, Trevor
Because he
Bauer.
plays he plays in Mexico league. So it's
Yeah.
like if they have that kind of talent in Mexican leagues and Japan leagues, it's probably
Right.
gonna be pretty good. We can't just be all high and mighty because we are from the United States and just know what's in the MLB. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How entitled of us as Americans. You know, we're gold medal hockey winners, so counts for something.
Exactly. Let me pull up the
So you just want to do winners in each pool real quick, and then
who's gonna win each pool, and then obviously next
yeah,
week
because
when
we can build a bracket. That's what we should do. Build a bracket.
let's build a bracket. Um, once my screen loads.
I think you can build a bracket on the World Baseball Classic site. So
Oh, can you actually?
I think so.
Let me just see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, bracket challenge. Should we make our bracket and submit it?
We could.
I think we can probably, after we do this, we can probably call it quits on MLB talk because there's nothing to talk about in spring training. So
Right.
this is way more interesting than spring training. All right,
Yes.
so Pool A. So who do we think is going to be 1 and 2 in pool? Oh, you're just messing with the stream. I thought I lost you for a second.
Can you just
So how does this work?
Can you just read off like each team in the pool, and then I think it's the winners of the pool play each other?
Yeah, there's 1 and 2 in each pool. So probably the first and second in each pool, I'm assuming, right? Is that how it works?
Probably, yeah.
So out of Pool A, we're going to choose from Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, Colombia. So 2 of those guys. So who do we have first in that pool? Probably Puerto Rico, right?
Probably. Yeah, that's what I would say.
And then out of Cuba, Canada, Panama, Colombia, who would be number 2?
Read them again. Cuba, Panama.
Cuba, Canada, Panama, and Colombia.
Probably Panama.
Panama. All right. All right. So wait, why did it say that we selected Panama to win? That doesn't make any sense. I guess we'll. Whatever. We'll go to the first round first. So Pool B, we have the U.S. That's a lock. And then besides that, it's Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, or Brazil. I would say probably Mexico or Brazil. I think Mexico probably has the edge on that. It's
Over
definitely
Brazil? Over Brazil, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go U.S. and okay. I see. It's auto filling in based off of pools. So we'll see what it looks like then afterwards. Okay. Pool C, we have Japan, Australia, Korea, Czechia, and Chinese. Just China, I guess. So Japan, obvious.
Yeah, Japan's in.
That's the first one. Second place team, what do you think? Australia, Korea, China, Czechia. I think probably out of that, China.
You think China over Korea?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What do their rosters look like? Do you still have the rosters pulled up?
I do not actually know. I am on the Let me just pull up those rosters again though real quick. World Baseball Classic rosters. Because we can use the rosters to make these predictions too.
Yeah.
So
Because I just don't know the differences in Korea and China. I don't know any of the players. Probably.
In Pool A, we went with Puerto Rico to win that, right?
Let me check. Well, yeah, Puerto Rico's number 1, Panama's number 2. Pool B was U.S. and then 2 is Mexico in that one. And Pool C, we have Japan, and then we need a second place in that pool right now.
So Puerto Rico and let me go back. And Panama. Okay. Pool B, we had the U.S. and then we need to make another pick.
It's between U.S. is, and we had U.S. and Mexico. That's what we picked for Pool B. U.S. and then Mexico.
Yeah, I'm just double checking the Mexican roster. Yeah, they've got some good players. Yeah, it'll be Mexico. Yeah. Japan, and then let me check out Korea. Well, we don't know much about the Korean League, remember? That's the one that
or China.
But let me check on China though. That's a tough one. Just because it's tough for us to say because we don't know.
Yeah, I mean we could just go based off of odds too, like you pulled up that odds photo. That could help us too.
How good is Australia? I feel like Australia's got some ball players.
Probably.
And they've got some. Nothing that screams off the page. Let me go back to Korea. I feel like Korea's got to have some ball players. I might lean towards Korea here. Because
I'm okay with either one, Korea or China.
They've got a decent amount of MLB players. I didn't check Czechia. Let me check.
Don't even bother, bro. They don't have any MLB guys on their team.
Yeah. All right.
They're not.
So let's go with Japan and Korea. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then
Dominican. Yeah, definitely Dominican Republic. And then we have Venezuela, Netherlands, Israel, Nicaragua.
I think. Let me double check Venezuela. I think it's going to be Venezuela. Pulling up the roster again.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my goodness, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Venezuela's 2 there. All right, so that brings us to the quarterfinal. We've got Panama against the United States. I mean, United States has a better roster. I'm going with U.S.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, Dominican easily over Korea.
Dominican over Korea, yeah.
Mexico, Puerto Rico. That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, that's gonna be the toughest one of the bunch here. But why don't we save that one for last? Let's go Venezuela versus Japan. You think Japan's easily taking that one or no?
They should. They should. They don't have really any excuse to not take it.
Yeah. All right. So then Mexico and Puerto Rico.
Venezuela has good hitters. It's their pitching staff that worries me.
Well, yeah, and Japan's got Shohei and some other good hitters. So
yeah, I'm taking Japan.
Well, he's a pitcher too, so they could use him both ways.
Right, and they just have better.
I think Japan, even just based off of the odds sheet that you pulled up earlier, in fact, they were second on the odds. Yeah. I think we can probably go that.
Mexico, Puerto Rico. I gotta look at these rosters. Mexico and Puerto Rico. That's going to be a tough one. Mexico.
They have pretty weak pitching, from what I remember looking at.
They have weak pitching. However, their hitting's pretty solid hitters, especially outfield. Specifically, the outfielders are pretty solid. Now let me go to Mexico. I'm curious to see how Mexico compares. Or that's what I was just looking at, Mexico.
Yeah, you want Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. All right, let me see here. Oh, just based on the hitters, I'm leaning towards Mexico easily. I'm going to take Mexico.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right.
Mexico it is.
So that brings us to U.S. versus Dominican,
Oh my
Mexico
god,
versus
dude.
Japan. I'll tell you what, Japan's beating Mexico, that's for sure.
Yeah,
U.S. versus Dominican, that might as well be the final. I mean, that is going to be absolutely insane. That is not going to be an easy game for either team.
yeah.
That's basically an all-star game right there. I'll tell you that.
That's gonna be a crazy game.
Now, here's what I'm going to say. The Dominican pitching has a little bit to be desired, but their hitters are absolutely lethal. Hitting is lethal. Pitching, they don't have that, like, yes, they have good pitchers, but when you compare to the United States pitchers, the United States pitchers are much better. So,
Well, and you got to realize that this isn't a series. This is a singular game. So it's
right.
like pitching rotation doesn't really matter because it does in a sense that they can't pitch the
Oh,
same
well,
guy 2 games in a row.
I'm
But
talking relievers though too. I'm including relievers.
but remember they could probably like if one of their starters is on 4 days rest, they could throw in a starting pitcher as a reliever in a dire moment.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
And I think that's where the U.S. is probably going to shine with the pitching if they have relievers that are willing to go in and throw some innings in relief.
I'm going to say something though that you may disagree with. I think Dominican has the better hitters. Just looking at their rosters, the
I think it's
Dominican.
different. I think it's different kind of hitting. I don't think they have the power that the U.S. has, but
Well, they have
as far as pure hitting,
Soto and Tatis, and
okay,
Machado, and Vlad Guerrero, and
okay,
Junior Caminaro. And then they've got
okay.
contact
So
guys in Cattell, Marte, Jeremy Pena, Geraldo Perdomo. I don't know, man.
I think
That's
it's honestly a wash, dude, between the hitters. I don't think the U.S. has anything more lacking than that because we've got Riley, Schwarber, Judge. Even I mean, heck, even Will Smith can come in and
you know what.
pinch hit if we need to.
Here's what I'll
And
say.
then you got Witt, Crow Armstrong. Who else on our roster?
Out.
Buxton, right?
Yeah, Buxton. He's a power guy. Outside of Christopher Sanchez, the Dominican does not have many good starting pitchers. Because, okay, if we take Christopher Sanchez out of the equation, they have Luis Severino, who is not that great of a starting pitcher. They have Sandy Alcantara, who's way past his prime. Brian
Yeah, you never know
Bello.
though.
I don't know. I mean, their relievers are good. They have Estevez, Doval, Edwin Uceda. Like their relievers, Dennis Santana. Their relievers are pretty good. Their starters are not. But they have Christopher Sanchez, who's probably going to start that game. You know,
Yeah, if it lines up that way. Let's hope it doesn't line up that way.
right? I mean, it's basically a wash.
Yeah,
Here's
I
the
think we
thing:
should just be the homer pick.
U.S. has the better overall pitching staff.
Yep.
So
Well, that's
I'm gonna
starters and relievers. I don't think Dominican Republic has the relievers that we do either.
right.
I think we're a lot stronger on that front.
Yeah, I mean their relievers are Estevez and Doval. Those are their best relievers. But even that, like Mason Miller is the best reliever overall. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna lean towards USA, but that's gonna be a really hard fought game. The reason I'm leaning US is because their starting pitching with Skeens and Scooball is just way more. It's completely elite.
Yeah,
Um,
but again,
and then
you'd like to think that if they treat it like a playoff type of atmosphere, obviously they don't want to get hurt for the regular season of MLB, but you know, if they really care that much about it, they're probably going to have their starters pitch some relief innings, and that would be the difference in my mind, because the hitting is identical on these teams. Honestly, there's not a lot about the hitting that's different. So I think based off of the pitching staff, I think the U.S. still has it.
This
Well, I'll
lineup
put
though
U.S. there,
this
and
lineup
then
for the Dominican though is crazy. I will say that.
it is, and it's also going to you got to consider the defense too. Like, the Dominican has a crazy good defense, especially that outfield. That's not to say the U.S. doesn't. It's just it's more noticeable on the defensive side with the Dominican Republic, I think.
Yeah.
But if you're bashing home runs, the defense doesn't matter, honestly. And I honestly think a lot of home runs might be hit that game, for sure.
Yeah.
Even off of the quality starters, unfortunately.
Unless you have Christopher Sanchez against like Tariq Skubal.
Yeah, true.
Then it'll be like a 1-0 game until the bullpen comes in.
Then your contact hitters have to shine. That's really it.
Well, yeah, and in that case, I mean, the U.S. has more contact hitters, I feel like. Because the only contact hitters on the Dominican are Ketel Marte, Jeremy Pena, Geraldo Perdomo. That's just 3. Maybe Ahmed Rosario. And Yohan Rojas can't really hit. So.
No, he can't, unfortunately.
So I'm gonna go with U.S.
I think we should just go with the homer pick the U.S. and make it a rematch of the last time, USA versus Japan.
Yeah, this would be a rematch from the last World Baseball Classic where Japan won, but the U.S. has a much better lineup this year than they did that other year.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at U.S. versus Japan, I think the United States has it. Honestly, just off the hitting alone, like the skill and the ability to hit. Because Japan may have
better pitchers this year too. Better pitchers this year than last time.
Yeah. Like Japan, like they have their own leagues. They may have MLB caliber guys that can step up, but I don't think they're going to be able to overcome the pure talent and skill of the U.S. team this year.
I'll tell you this right now. I think the winner of U.S. Dominican will beat Japan. I really do. Because if you look, Japan had a cakewalk to the final. I mean, Japan is going to play Venezuela, Mexico. That's it. Whereas
you're not wrong.
the U.S. would have to get through Panama, which is okay, fine, but they have to go through the Dominican. The Dominican's much better than Mexico. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we're submitting this. USA is the winners.
I would submit that. Absolutely. United States as the winner.
Oh, I gotta sign in to submit it. Hang on. Let me see if I even have an account. I should.
So official prediction is for the U.S. to beat Japan and get revenge. That would be really cool to see. That would be very cool to see. Would be very, very interesting.
Hey, I signed in on the first try. Look at that.
There you go.
I'll just save that. Oh, tiebreaker questions. Okay, here we go. This will be fun. So, in the sense that we tie someone else in the bracket, how many home runs will be hit by all the players of the 2026 World Baseball Classic? The 2023 total was 85. I think there's got to be more than 85 home runs hit.
Well, if you look across the pitching across all the teams seems worse than it was that other year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd feel comfortable saying 90.
I was gonna say, do we like a solid 5 to 10 over? I think there'll be at least that many. Should we should we go 95 or something weird like 92?
92. Yeah, let's do 92.
92. All right, 92. Now, how many total runs will be scored in total by all the teams? Last time was 502.
Make it like 522.
I think by default we'd have to go above that, right?
Yeah. Make it like 525 or something.
525. All right. That's a good guess. All right. How many total runs will be scored in the final? So the final game. Last year's total was 5, or the
It's
last
gonna
time
be
was 5. Man.
it's gonna be low scoring because those are the
You
best
think so?
pitchers in the tournament. I mean, they're the best pitchers, you know. So
Yeah, depends how long the starters go. Honestly,
yeah, but it's
I
gonna
mean,
end up
yes,
being
but it also depends on if we're looking at Japan's roster, how good are their starters, how good are their relievers, and are our power hitters going to just absolutely rake their relievers? Who knows?
yeah. Well,
That's tough.
I
I want to go more honestly,
you want
just
to go
because of
more?
just because of the power of the power and the hitting skill of the U.S. team. I think they easily put up like 5 runs themselves on Japan. To be honest with you,
Well,
I kind of want to go like 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Yeah, that's
I
what I
think
was
it'll be
about
like
to
a
say.
5-3 game.
I mean, yeah, we could go with 8
All right,
then.
let's go 8. All right, cool. That was the 3 questions. Let me fill in my info.
Go.
Oh, I gotta put slashes because I didn't.
And what's nice is, next week there will already have been some games played, so we can discuss how things are going, with the pool play. Because the pool play starts on I think Wednesday or Thursday this week.
All right, so I'm curious now. What does the winner? What does the winner get? Let's see. I don't know. Continue.
Probably like 50 grand or something.
I don't know. It doesn't say. That's weird. All right. Anyway, we can figure that out later. We'll see what the winnings is, but or the winnings are. I don't know. There's
Let's
probably
move.
only one winner, but
Let's move to
yeah,
NFL talk.
yeah. Let's go to the combine mock draft type of stuff. Probably just mock draft stuff, huh?
All right.
I don't want to go through
So,
all the combine. Combine's too complicated. Like I said,
um,
I'll go on the combine page, and if we have any interesting people,
yeah.
we can look them up and see how they did.
So here's the deal. Um, the website that we have pulled up here for everyone watching. This is the NFL mock draft database. It takes like a bunch of mock drafts and a bunch of articles of like everybody who's done a mock draft, like every notable source that's done mock drafts, and it kind of just condenses all of it into one like overall draft. So, I mean, clearly Mendoza's the first pick. There's no argument, not
Yeah.
even a debate there. Arvel Reese, he's been talked about
Well,
a
he didn't. He
lot.
didn't go to the combine, did he? Mendoza. I think he opted out of it.
Mendoza is there. He's just not participating. He's
Well,
not doing
might
it.
as well be opting out of it.
Yeah. Um, but Arvel Reese, the linebacker from Ohio State, it's a shame that he's going to be going to the Jets. But I mean,
Yeah. Let's see what. Let's see.
that's that's the
Let's see what.
consensus number 2 overall pick, though, right there.
Yeah.
That linebacker. Um, everybody wants the linebacker from Ohio State. That's what everyone's talking
Let's
about.
see. All right. So he's got an 84 grade, next gen stats for his prospect grade. Sorry, a 7.04, 84 total, I guess. I don't know how to judge that. Let me see. There's an info thing on here. Oh, 8 is the perfect prospect. So he has a 7.04 rating. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Looks like he's only done 2 things: 40-yard dash and the 10-yard split.
Okay.
But he has a 4.46 40 as an edge rusher. That's quick for an edge rusher. 1.58 second 10-yard split. So not too much to go off of unless he does some other things later. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the combine over or are they still going?
Today's the final day, and it's just
Today's
for
the last day. Okay.
offensive
Well,
linemen today.
we'll probably get some more stuff as they load it up too. But yeah, so all right, so he's a lock as the Jets, maybe, I guess. Unless the Jets, I mean, is that really what the Jets need? Do they really need an edge rusher?
I mean, the Jets need everything.
That's true. They're probably gonna go best available every time. You would have to think.
Yeah. So I mean, it's either that or they trade out of that pick. But why would you trade out of generational linebacker?
No, you don't trade out of a second pick.
Yeah. So, third pick for the Cardinals is an offensive tackle from Miami. The Cardinals need a lot too. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they took an offensive tackle. The Titans are projected to take an edge rusher out of Miami, Reuben Bain. The Giants getting an offensive tackle, that's a great move for them right there at 5.
Yeah, who's he? Spencer Fana?
Yeah. That's a good move because they need an offensive lineman.
Let's see how good he did. Because I mean, if they want Jackson Dart and Cam Scattergo to last longer than 6 games, yeah, they're gonna need it. So he has a rating of 6.44. And they noted that he will become a good starter within 2 years. So, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. That's just a prospect grade.
Right.
But he got an 87 out of 100 total score. Offensive tackle rank is first.
Look at that.
The combine.
I mean, we talked about
athleticism score is 5th.
We've talked about this already. How the Giants are going to turn things around this year, and they actually.
Yeah, they're going to be scary.
For them, it's the opposite. For them, they have the skill players. They just don't have the trenches locked up yet. So if they add on the offensive line, and if they get like one more piece on the defensive line, and maybe like another secondary piece in free agency, I mean, this is going to be they have the skill players. It's so rare to have the skill players but not have the trenches. And the trenches are the easier part to bulk up on in free agency, I feel like. Because the skill players are very expensive to go out and buy. But they have a lot of young skill players. They have Dart, Scatabo. If Malik Neighbors can finally stay healthy. You know, they have some really good offensive pieces. And just adding an offensive lineman is only going to help with that offense. So, I don't mind that pick there at all. Now, I'll tell you what. Moving on to the 6th pick with the Browns, Carnell Tate,
go look at him.
He's insane. Ohio State knows how to produce wide receivers, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's check him out real quick. I'm actually curious because that's divisional opponent for me.
Carnell Tate, I mean.
So he only has a 6.75. He said he's predicted a year 1 starter. I mean, he's on the Browns. That's a no doubt anyway. 77 out of 100 for his prospect grade. Let's see. What are his? So he actually hasn't participated in a lot other than the 40 and the 10-yard split either, it looks like. But he only ran a 4.5 40-yard dash. 1.61 10-yard split. He is 7th production score out of the receivers. 40th in athleticism, though, according to this. That doesn't seem very good, honestly. But the combine is not the say all be all, so he might have just had a bad day. You never know. But his production speaks otherwise when he was in college, so that's something to be on the lookout for him. Is like I'd rather see the production sometimes than just a padless running combine. You know,
Here's the thing,
I want
though.
to
I
I want
mean,
to see what he does in pads on the field, not necessarily in shorts and a t-shirt.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, here's the other thing, though. Even if the Browns do take him, they have so many other issues. Like, it's
Yeah,
not going to make that big of a difference, in my opinion. Um, Washington drafting an edge rusher. Again, this is all just projections. Obviously the draft
yeah,
hasn't happened yet, but I don't mind Washington taking an edge rusher. They have to get younger on the defensive side specifically. Um, I've heard a lot about this David Bailey guy though from Texas Tech. I've seen
yeah.
he seems to be a pretty good edge rusher. Um,
Dude, I'm more interested in the next pick, though. Honestly,
okay, now here's the
let's just go
thing:
to that one.
Jeremiah
The
Love.
Saints are very much like the Jets in the fact that they need a lot of stuff. But
Now here's the
Jeremiah
thing:
Love
these next
is
three picks, these next three picks are interesting. The Chiefs are said to be very, very interested in Jeremiah Love. Like that's who they want to get.
yeah. Do they trade up? That's the question I think we're
Do they
getting to,
trade
huh?
up? But here's the other thing that's very interesting. The Saints hold all of the power here. And this is what I love about the draft. Because if I'm the Saints, I'm taking any one of those three guys on my screen right now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what
So
I was gonna say too. It
if the
doesn't really
Chiefs
matter who they
if
pick there, honestly.
exactly. If the Chiefs and the Bengals are really wanting to, I mean, let's be honest. The Bengals would not be taking a wide receiver or a running back because they need defense, right?
No.
Like Caleb
Yeah.
Downs makes so much sense for them. But if I'm the Saints, I'm saying to the Bengals, hey, I'm going to take Caleb Downs here unless you want to trade. And then if they move back to 10, then they're thinking, okay, the Saints could obviously use a wide receiver like Mekhi Lemon or Jeremiah Love. And that's what's nice about the Saints is you could call the Chiefs, you could call the Bengals, and whoever
Yeah.
gives you like the best offer, you could just move
But
back a
who's
slot or
below
two.
the Bengals real quick? Who's the next one?
It's a good question. Let me scroll down a little bit. We've got the Dolphins next.
Yeah. I mean the Dolphins and then who else? The Titans? Is that the next one?
The
Or the
Cowboys
Cowboys?
and the Rams. So
I
I mean
mean, they all could use
and the
well,
Ravens.
not the Rams, but the Cowboys and the Dolphins also could probably use some running back talent if they wanted to trade that pick away, if they were all interested in Love. But I
Well, the
think the Saints should
Cowboys
probably I think the
Cow-
Saints should probably stick to drafting Jordan or what's the name?
Jeremiah Love.
Jordan Love. Jeremiah Love.
Well, here's the
And
thing. The Saints can go so many different ways with this. There
that's
seems to be
true,
a
but I think the Saints need offense though, because they don't have a quarterback. They're not going
and
to be able
I'll
to get
tell
a
you
starting
what,
quarterback in the first round.
their defense was sneakily very good last year. It's
Mhm.
just it didn't matter because their offense couldn't stay on the field at all. So
But that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is
yeah,
they don't need to draft defense in the top pick that they
right.
have. So, and let me just go over his combine statistics real quick because he scored a 6.71 prospect grade. Again, 8 is maximum. So he's projected year one starter. That was obvious. But his next gen stats prospect grade, the one out of 100, is a 94, which is rated as elite.
Well, he's the
And so
best running back in the draft. It's not
so
close.
yeah, so out of his position, the production score is a 96. That's first among running backs in the combine. Athleticism score is an 83 estimated, which is second in the combine. His total score is a 94, which is first. And then his 40-yard dash time is a 4.36.
That's
And
really good.
he what was he? Almost 1,400 yards and 18 touchdowns in 2025 in college. That is definitely a guy that you want to have on your team out of the draft. And he is 100% starting over anyone on that roster of the Saints.
Well, here's the thing.
So,
Alvin Kamara's old. He's done. Like
yeah,
he's
and
at
that's
this point.
exactly.
At this point in his career, he's a rotational piece for whatever team he plays on.
Yeah.
And then they don't really have anyone behind Alvin Kamara of note.
And here's my thing: if I'm the Saints, like I agree with what you're saying because okay, Makai Lemon's there, but the thing with that is you already have Chris Olave, who's an elite receiver. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, because whether you believe it or not, he is an elite receiver. He's just never used
He just
properly
doesn't have a
because
quarterback.
yeah. So you know, I agree with the Jeremiah Love pick. If the Chiefs call with a really enticing offer, do you move back if you're the Saints, or do you just take Love?
No, I think you take Love because here's the thing about this pick is it's a skill position. When you're looking at skill positions, obviously the ultimate skill position is quarterback. Okay. What do you need next as far as skill position? Is it running back or wide receiver? I would argue finding a running back is probably harder than finding a receiver.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And so when you get in position like they are right now to be able to draft the best running back in the draft, I
Yeah.
think you have to take that. I don't think you can see it any other way. If I'm the front office there, you would have to pick Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Now, and I agree with that. So let's move on then because I agree they should take Love. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
slam dunk.
But we don't
Now-
need to spend too much more time on the picks later than this one. So like I wanted to see Jeremiah Love's rankings.
Yeah. Well, I do
But
want
it's
to go
obvious.
down here and talk about the Chiefs and the Bengals though for a second because if I'm the Chiefs, drafting Makai Lemon doesn't necessarily make sense because you already have Rashee Rice and you have Xavier Worthy. I mean, you're going to draft another like receiver is the last thing that Kansas City needs. They do not need a
Yeah.
receiver. So I'm trying to figure out why they have Makai Lemon or they have the Chiefs taking Makai Lemon. Because Caleb Downs makes more sense for them right now. I mean, I know Andy Reid likes his playmakers, but like they have two
Yeah.
very good receivers. That's not what they need. They need some guys on defense and they need an offensive line. But here's the interesting thing: if the Chiefs take Caleb Downs, what do the Bengals do? Because they're not taking Makai Lemon. That would be a really stupid pick.
No.
So
Well,
then
I think you
know,
pick the guy ahead of them or after them.
yeah,
You probably go corner because that guy's clearly the top safety, I would say. I mean, they could go
Right.
linebacker too. Like the thing about the Bengals is they need everything. The Bengals
Right.
need everything on defense. They have no safeties. They have no corners. They
Yep.
have no defensive linemen and linebackers. Maybe like one or two guys in there that could be starting caliber and not even elite, but like star player.
Right.
They need to go defense in my mind, and this I would hate to see them improve their roster, obviously, but if they want to improve their roster, they need to draft defense in their top 3 picks.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt about it. They need to get starting. They need to do a really good job at scouting. They need to get all the info possible to make sure that their first 3 picks start year 1.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what they need on defense. They need 3 starters immediately.
Yeah.
No matter how raw they are at their
Right.
gameplay, like they
Right.
need to get 3 rookies that can start right away
I can contribute right
and
away.
get some experience.
Yeah. Right.
But then you also you need offensive line there too. So maybe you go defense, offensive line, and then defense again. But regardless, they still need to get starters for their first 3 picks.
Now I'll tell you what's interesting. So if Makai Lemon drops, I could see the Dolphins taking because they lost Tyreek Hill. Imagine pairing Makai Lemon up with Jalen Waddle. I mean that would be an insane duo for the Dolphins. But the Dolphins need defense and they have a defensive head coach, so they're probably going to take defense. So leave it to Jerry Jones to draft a star wide receiver when they
already have 2 elite wide receivers. I mean that would just be the most Jerry Jones Cowboys nonsense thing to do.
I know, but I could see Makai Lemon dropping. I mean, the Rams aren't taking him.
Unless you plan, if you're Jerry Jones, unless you plan on trading CeeDee Lamb away, like
right,
or they franchise tag Pickens. So if you're going to trade Pickens away on his 1-year deal, but there's not a team that's going to take that much money for
True.
George Pickens. So they'd have to almost go trading CeeDee Lamb if they think that Pickens can be the true number one.
I'm trying to say right now, I would not be surprised if Makai Lemon drops to 14 and the Ravens take him. I would
Yeah,
not be
because they need receivers too. They're running out of skill position as well. Speaking
Right.
of skill position needs,
I would not be surprised if the Chiefs go on one of these defensive guys right here and Makai Lemon drops even past the Dolphins. The Ravens would
because
be the
you think
most
of it,
likely.
Dallas doesn't need a receiver. The Rams don't need a
No.
receiver.
The Dolphins
The
sort of do,
Dolphins
but they need
maybe
defense
as a
more.
number 2, but
They need defense more.
but they're not going to draft a number 1 wide receiver to play behind
Exactly.
Waddle. You know what I mean? Like,
So Ravens makes the most sense because imagine pairing Makai Lemon as your number 1. Zay Flowers would be a great number 2.
yeah, or even vice versa for the first year. But either way, they
Yeah.
have a 1 and 2.
Right. I'm just scrolling down
All right,
a
what
little
do we
bit
got?
just to see what people got here. So we've got a couple defensive picks,
Yeah,
perhaps.
I mean, we don't have to talk about every pick.
Yeah.
Like it's obvious for some of these teams with their needs.
Now, Kenyon Sadiq, best tight end. I mean, I've seen his combine stuff. He's been insane. If the Panthers wait a second. I don't know if you remember this or not. Do you remember the podcast we did a little while ago with the Panther when the Panthers got eliminated? And I said,
and we said
imagine if
they
they
need a
got.
tight end.
I
Yeah.
said, what if they get
That's
Kenyon
crazy.
Sadiq out of Oregon?
Yeah, let's look at
And
him real quickly.
I'm telling you, he is, and his 40-yard dash was the quickest ever in tight end history. I think,
Yeah.
if I remember that correct.
Let me see what it was here real quick. So
Imagine
he scored
having-
all right, so here's some prospect grading for you. Prospect grade 6.42 out of 8, so that's good. They notated that he'll probably become a starter within 2 years, probably earlier. But he is a 93 grade elite prospect grade for the next gen stats. Grade. He is second among tight ends in production, first in athleticism, that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
And then he's also first in total score. And he actually has a lot of things that he did. So
well, he can block
let's look
too.
at the
He can
so
block
let's look at the combine results for everything. So for his 40 is a 4.4.
That's crazy for a tight end.
Okay. His 10-yard split is 1.54. Vertical jump 43.5. Broad jump 11 foot 1 inches. No 3 cone, no 20-yard shuttle, but his bench press was 26 reps. That's pretty good for a tight end.
Yeah.
So he's definitely got some elite status potential, and he's definitely going to the team that needs him. That's honestly clutch on our end, talking about that a couple podcasts ago.
Well, I remember specifically saying that myself. I was like, you know what the Panthers need? They need a really good pass-catching tight end threat. And, leave it to Kenyon Sadiq. I mean, that would be a slam dunk pick for the Panthers right there because they've got some defenders. They've got some pieces on offense, but that would be their elite playmaking piece that I feel like they're missing right now. And he would be a good outlet for
right
Bryce
now,
Young.
his comparison is Vernon Davis.
Okay. I mean, I think he's way more athletic than Vernon Davis.
I think so too, but as far as the 40-yard dash times, they are pretty identical. So, but 40-yard dash means nothing, again, in shorts and a T-shirt. So
Right. Well, and then the Cowboys have 2 picks pretty quick in the first round. They've
they
got an
do. Look at
opportunity.
that.
They've got
CJ
an
Allen.
opportunity.
Who's that?
I wanted to move to. They're projecting the Steelers to take Denzel Boston. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I want him to take a receiver. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I want him. I want them to take the best available with a position of need. So obviously, receiver's position of need. But I don't care if it's a receiver. I don't care if it's another offensive lineman. I don't care if it's honestly, they could use another running back, but let's see. So, I mean, he didn't really do a lot in the combine, so there's not a lot to go off.
Are we talking Denzel? Is that who we're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's ranked. Quite honestly, I don't know if I like that pick. He's ranked 8th out of production, 28th athleticism, and 11th overall. So if you're considering that there's like 3 receivers have been picked right now, according to this. If that means there's 8 better receivers, I'd rather check those guys. But I mean, I guess I can't complain too much, especially if they need a receiver. It's just he's not really jumping off the screen to me.
Yeah.
I think they could probably look at a better pick because they can always find a receiver in round 2. Like
Sure.
George Pickens was a round 2 receiver.
Well, Puka Nakua was a round 5 receiver.
Right. It's
So
the thing about the draft and the combine comparisons. It's like really you're not getting much from the combine because half the time they don't really do all of the combine
yeah.
items, and let's just be honest, they can have a fluky combine,
Right.
good or bad, really.
Right.
What I can say is he's a big dude, so that's nice. 6'4", 212.
So he can go up and get it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what they want, but they already have that in
DK Metcalf.
in
Yeah.
DK Metcalf. So what are we trying to draft another DK Metcalf?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What? Yeah. Like what?
His NFL comparison though is Puka Nakua. Let's see.
Interesting.
A 2-year starter with elite ball skills. That's good. So strength, good early acceleration, plays faster than time speed. That's nice. Routes have good fluidity, big body target, plays to his size, leans on defenders without sacrificing readiness. Scored 20 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. Nice red zone mismatch. Pro caliber ball skills and elite hand strength. Extends for off frame throws. Ball tracking and adjustment timing are top notch. Competitive and strong with his run after catch ability. I mean, I like that. Weaknesses. Production dipped when competition level rose. I don't like that, considering
that's
Pittsburgh plays down to opponents a lot. And also, if he gets matched up with a top tier opponent,
Right.
press release is linear, will give NFL cornerbacks opportunities to get hands on him. Not a lot of teams play strictly press right now, and as at number 2, I don't think they're going to press up that much.
Yeah.
Lacks true second gear. Not that concerned about that if he runs routes well and catches the ball.
Yeah.
Routes lose steam when he digs his foot in. Not really that. He'll get coaching on that. Earned separation closes at the route, so that means that he just doesn't break away on his routes.
That is a little concerning.
Yeah, but he's a big guy. Like if you're on a 5'8" corner who's got quickness and acceleration, of course that's going to happen.
Right.
With reading that, because he doesn't have much of his combine statistics, and I like what I read about him. I'd be okay with that as long as they start him at least second or third string right off the bat. Because right now they need someone to start.
I think he would instantly give you production. I mean, because most of the looks are going to go to DK Metcalf is where the defense is going to focus in on.
My worry is that he's going to get drowned out by the tight end talent, especially with the new regime of coaches coming in, and them actually utilizing Pat Freiermuth. Because Pat Freiermuth brings the same hand strength and route running skills, if not better. Like Pat Freiermuth is borderline elite. He would be elite if he touched the ball more, in my mind.
Well, yeah, they don't give him targets ever.
But anyway, I like that pick. I wouldn't care about that. We can move on from Pittsburgh, honestly.
Can we just move to? Can you check out Caleb Lomu, the projected
for the Eagles?
Eagles.
Yeah, check him out.
I would take an offensive tackle. That would probably be Lane Johnson's replacement after he retires.
We'll see when that happens. He apparently wants to play longer.
Well, this is Lane. This is probably Lane's last year, if I'm being honest.
Hopefully,
but that would be Lane Johnson's
Caleb
replacement.
Lomu, whatever his name is. He has let's see his grades. They are 6.36 out of 8. Not bad. Will eventually be a plus starter, whatever that means.
A+ starter, probably.
No, it doesn't have A on there. It just says eventually will be plus starter.
Okay.
Huge guy, 6'6", 313. 33 and 3/8 arm span, 9.5-inch hands. Honestly, I feel like that's kind of small for hand size for a lineman, but who knows? I don't actually know averages. But he is third among offensive tackle production, 11th total rank for athleticism, and then to total, he's fourth out of all offensive tackle rank.
That's pretty good.
The only combine participation he has right now, which we'll get more later, I'm assuming, is the vertical jump, 32.5. But let's see his strengths. He's got good frame with room for more muscle mass, very athletic, getting out of stance. Can basically he's going to be a good lead or pull tackle. Activates hands with good quickness in both phases. Core strength to keep from having his pads rattled on contact. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Pass sets with good posture, rarely ducking head and leaning. Uses different punch approaches and times them well to maximize his length. Shows ability to gather and control rushers with strong grip.
That's
and
good.
Then sifts through games, blitzes, and responds with no panic. That's pretty good. For the weakness, gallops and opens up his outer half too quickly against speed rush. Better harmony needed between his hands and feet. Footwork can get sloppy, mirroring inside moves and counters. Still learning to find lateral landmarks in the run game. Can be out of control and mispositioning when fitting run blocks. Needs to keep improving upper body strength. And then they note here below average with sustain and finish consistency. Whatever that means.
I mean, I feel like most of those things can be coached.
Yeah, I mean that's with everything really. The weaknesses, that's what the coaching staff is for. You find a good prospect, you find the coaching staff to coach him up. That's the bread and butter of how rookies are going to go. You're going to have to coach them. They're raw in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
He seems good. If the Eagles want to play bully ball still, they kind of need a guy like that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I wouldn't hate that pick, especially if he's going to be learning under Lane Johnson. I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah. But remember, your offensive line coach is gone from the last how many seasons?
I know.
So they're going to have to replace him with someone.
True.
I think that was a big part of the Eagles' success. So was their coach.
Could you look at Kevin Concepcion or whatever his name is, Conception?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of him at the combine doing really well, and I'll tell you what, man, if the Bills draft a receiver, and going back to the receiver that you looked at, Denzel Boston, maybe Kevin Concepcion is going to be a better receiver. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of good things about him, so it's interesting to me. I'd be interested to see what his stats look like.
Looks like he has no data, so he may be not participating, unfortunately. But you said he was, right? You said you saw stuff?
He did, yeah. I saw highlights from his combine. Yeah. I mean, the Bills need a receiver. That's for sure. They need a number one receiver.
I'm not getting any data on him, but
interesting. Maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Maybe you saw like.
Maybe I saw Senior Bowl highlights.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. But I mean, they need a receiver.
He's been a big name. He's been a. Now, how about Ty Simpson at 29 drafting Matt Stafford's replacement?
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I mean, he's one that's going pretty high in drafts. It seems like
people are saying that Pittsburgh should take him. Honestly,
I don't think so, man. I don't.
Yeah, I don't like that pick really.
Yeah,
he looks like he doesn't have anything in as far as any data either, which is weird. But
maybe I mean wide receivers and quarterbacks were last night, so maybe they're just still updating. I don't know. But that kind of rounds out the first round of like projected picks. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's what date is the draft?
I think April 20. Let me check. April 23rd to 25th. In Pittsburgh, I'm going to add. I'd love to go if I can.
So we could even do this website's cool because you could even do like your own mock draft, you know.
Oh yeah. I've done plenty of mock drafts before.
Yeah. Mock drafts though are crazy because it's like you never actually know. You never actually know who's gonna get drafted. That's the thing. But
yeah. Well, why don't we finish up with the lab? Like we're at the end, right? Like pick 28 to 32.
yeah,
right?
I mean the only thing that interests me.
I'm not shocked at a lot of those. Honestly, it's just the end of the first round.
Yeah, the only
Like,
thing that intrigued me
slim pickings.
there was Ty Simpson taken by the Rams.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that was really intriguing to me. But I mean, hey, like it makes sense. Matt Stafford's replacement, like possibility there. I mean, but I'll tell you something interesting though about the quarterbacks yesterday. Oh, I forget his name. I think it was like Tyler Robertson or whatever. Quarterback out of Baylor.
Yeah, I did see him.
He was slinging it yesterday. And
Let me see. Who was it?
his
Tyler
name, Robertson from Baylor. I mean, he was insane yesterday.
Sawyer Robertson. Yeah.
Yeah, Robertson. There we go.
Let's look at it. Let's see.
I thought he did well yesterday
So,
just from watching.
Let's see here. So he's got a 5.9 out of 8. Not too great. Projected to be a backup or special teamer. He is ranked 9th production, but that's not really great considering there's not a lot of quarterbacks in the draft. So
here's the thing, it's just like you can look at all this, but like let's remember there are some good quarterbacks drafted late.
you know who I want to look at just because of it's me and you on here? I want to look up Drew Aller at the combine.
Well,
I was shocked that he was doing drills because of his injury.
I'm looking at some grades. I'm looking at some grades here for quarterbacks from the combine, and it's saying Drew Aller got about a B.
Oh yeah.
It says I'll just read you this couple paragraphs here. Description: Aller seemingly had the best raw tools of the passers in his earlier group. He showed the most consistency on deep passes, including a couple of beautiful throws on a straight go route and a corner route. He also had some of the best timing on throws to breaking routes. The biggest question mark for Aller is his rawness. While the tools are all there, the Penn State product still needs some refinement. His footwork during the quarterback throwing drills was messy and inconsistent, and his mechanics showed a tendency for over-reliance on his arm without marrying his upper and lower halves. I feel like that's a pretty good description on Drew Aller.
Yeah, I mean, this says his strengths. Let's see, his strengths. Elite frame. Looks like it was assembled in a quarterback factory. I mean, he's huge. He's very, very poised with his...
He has the raw tools, that's for sure.
Yeah. Has experience in a vertically based passing attack. I beg to differ. But has velocity. I mean, this is an important one here. Has velocity to sit down and drive the ball into tight windows, and that I did see him do at Penn State for sure. There were some throws where he must have thrown the ball 60 miles an hour to his receivers. Throws come out hot with very little effort, can make every pro throw and push it deep if needed. He feels edge pressure and will climb and slide in the pocket. That I witnessed at Penn State for sure. He didn't get sacked terribly because of his own faults. Potential shows in his 2024 games against Oregon and Washington. So those are the two big games that they listed. Capable of stacking more yardage on his scrambles once he voids. Let's see the weaknesses. Lack of rhythm and vision cause him to overlook open targets, inconsistent processing of coverages, struggles to come off pre-snap ideas and alter his plan, poise too frequently disappears in the face of pressure. So that contradicts with the way they said that he feels edge pressure and can climb and slide in the pocket, but whatever. Willing to throw the ball up instead of throwing it away, meaning throw it deep, I guess. Has trouble keeping receivers in stride with his placement. That one I definitely saw at Penn State. He was pretty inaccurate sometimes with those quick crossers and in routes. Floats deep safeties into high safety coverages. I don't really know what that means. Throws with shaky feet and forms weak platforms. Okay. I mean, I'd like to see him get drafted. I doubt he'll go first round. He might be like a second or third round. Maybe a low first round, or I should say a late first round. We'll see.
I mean, I think for quarterbacks, Ty Simpson's going to probably be the first one off the board.
Yeah.
That would be my thought. After Mendoza, obviously.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind Pittsburgh taking Drew Aller in the third round. I would be all for that. Then you got Aaron, if they re-sign Aaron Rodgers, then you got Rodgers, Will Howard, and then Drew Aller as a quarterback room. But I won't put my hope on that.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think Drew Aller is going to be that good in the NFL to start. So
yeah.
But anyway, anything else you want to talk about draft and combine wise? Otherwise, I think we can wrap that up.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap on NFL. What's the date of the draft again? Did we
23rd to the 25th
of March?
Of April.
Of April.
No, April. Yeah.
Of April. All right. So, yeah, I mean, there's quite a while till we actually get to the draft, but post-draft reviews are going to be big. Like, we'll definitely talk about, how each team did, and we can kind of recap how that goes. But results from the combine, I agree with you. Like, combine stuff is, it's fluky sometimes with the combine. Because it's like once and done.
It's like playing franchise mode on Madden. You get no info. Everything is just a big question mark anyway.
Yeah. Right.
Really, the combine shows athleticism. The combine doesn't necessarily show the talent besides like the quarterbacks. That's the only position in my mind that shows talent. Because receivers and corners, they get the ball thrown to them, but like it's all dependent on how good they get the ball thrown to them. Like, they can extend and reach, adjust. And I guess that's part of it. But when I view a receiver, I'm looking at routes and hands. And if they can run around and catch a ball, okay, cool. But it's not like they're being covered in the combine, so you don't even know.
Yeah, the combine's not like real situational, And I would argue, even in the combine, for quarterbacks, you see the talent, but you don't get to see how they read defenses. You don't get to see how they make, judgment calls in critical situations. And that's why, ultimately, the film is where you're going to get most of your information from college.
Yeah.
You have to break down their film, especially, take their film in their biggest games, and that's what you're going to see in the NFL. That's all you have to do. You have to, even if they played for a college like Toledo, what was Toledo's most difficult game or two? And look at those two games of film. It's that simple, How do they match up against the best college opponents? That's what you have to look at. So, but I mean, regardless, I think that's pretty much it for today. I feel like we covered a lot, actually.
Yeah, we did a solid hour and 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah, and we let off the video, and we'll end it with Christopher Sanchez for Cy Young this year.
Yep.
It's going to happen. But otherwise,
unless he throws it on in the baseball classic, but hopefully not.
Right? Yeah. Oh my goodness, the Phillies season would be over at that point if that happened.
Yeah.
Because
I saw some memes online. Aaron Nola is going to be throwing some meatballs for Italy, just like he does for the Phillies.
I hope he turns this. I hope he has a better year this year. I hope last year was a fluke. But you never know. Maybe he's having trouble being dropped down in the rotation now. Maybe he's kind of like disgruntled about being third or fourth.
Well, I'm sorry, but this year he's third. It's Wheeler, Sanchez, Nola, and then after that you got. Oh no, sorry. No, he's fourth.
I would say Sanchez. Sanchez should be number one in my mind because Wheeler was hurt lately. He had that surgery.
Yeah.
I wouldn't push him too hard to start the year.
So, Sanchez, Wheeler, I would even put Luzardo above Nola.
Yeah, Luzardo's above Nola in my mind too. And who's on number 5 then?
Painter, Andrew Painter.
Painter, yeah. Oh yeah, Painter. That's right. Finally get to see a prospect play.
You know what's funny though?
About time.
I could see Painter being better than Nola even. I mean,
if he's more consistent, like and doesn't give up a home run or two in the 4th inning every game,
Well, it's funny because Nola starts every game so well, and then he crumbles in like the 4th or 5th inning.
In the middle of the games, It's honestly, it's because he gets. I'm under the impression it's because he gets easy to read the more he throws that curveball, and he doesn't have high velocity, so it's not that difficult for hitters to see.
Yeah, he's around 94 on his fastball, so.
Yeah.
But
I
mean,
anyway,
that was
let's
the
not
worst
get into
signing.
another talk. We can call it a day.
That was the worst signing, by the way, just to end. Like the Nola signing, they signed him 7 years to like, I don't know how many million. It was like 200 some million. Like, what a stupid signing.
There's no salary cap, so why not?
Right.
Why not sign someone for an unnecessary amount of money and an unnecessary amount of time?
That's
it's baseball. Just spend the money. Spend the money.
That's a conversation for another day. There needs to be a salary cap.
Yeah. That's the other hot take, which isn't so hot take. But for Sanchez, for Cy Young, and implement a salary cap.
There we go.
Close out.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you should definitely like and subscribe if you were able to put up with us for that long.
Please. Give us more than 5 years.
Yeah. We'll be back next week with some more talk about World Baseball Classic and also the first F1 race of the season. We'll do a recap.
Yes.
So that's it for Gridiron and Gridlock. You can tune in next Sunday. See you, everyone.
Later.